like Shimmer and Goose Breeder squad can exploit weaker teams for sure. But yeah, I would love to see an overpass here. I'll just be very curious because I think it's a great measure of what kind of shape a team might be in. But it will be Inferno where we begin then. First map of this best of 3 series. Is everybody going 2-2? Or will one team be able to pull away just a little bit? Get a little barrier between them and the rest. It is a very tight group indeed here in Group A. NIP on top, observing everybody else. Let's see what they can do then. Flame Shark starting on the T side. Fatal's going to get popped very quickly indeed. All Glocks. Some util on Elizabeth, looking to... Well, does she go with the HE first? That could be very painful indeed. If there was a second one there. On a teammate
off the wall or something. I feel like it could have done more damage.
Yeah, I thought it would be a bigger chunk, but there we are.
Maybe she just started back in time, not sure. But Sunside takes a little peek in from the short side and takes the head off Fatal early. 3 players over here on B. Oh, A, sorry. Dual Berettas as well. She's going to announce the intent. Nade does nothing there, but the dualies do. aiveri strikes true. aiveri will finally find one for the T side. That smoke is not the best. And bomb still needs to make its way up. IMJ's just going to throw it over. That's one way to get it done. The bomb looking to be planted. Can't be for the short side, but good kill onto Unknown. Dualies start to wrap. Bomb still not down. CTs have completely surrounded this bomb site. Ayaka taps again, hoping to bait out something, and they're going to start to move forward and straight into the firing line, so the bait's successful. But still, aiveri with the dual Berettas hounding them. Ayaka, what a shot, but can't get the second. So the pistol goes 888 Aura.
I like the setup we had from the CTs on that pistol onto the A bomb site. You had one holding short passively, one holding long, looking to disengage with a teammate behind holding an HE. Didn't get much from the HE in the end. It did look nervous on the bomb site as well with those fake plants, but able to clutch it in the end. It is a pistol round, of course.
I'm kind of surprised they don't go for the bomb plant at any stage there.
Yeah, I felt a bit nervous because I'm like, are you waiting for the CTs to swing? It was an awkward spot and leaves them in an awkward spot.
Like the bomb plant is such a massive difference maker into round 2. I mean, you're still going to force it because one player lived, but it's the difference between Galils and Tech-9s.
Yeah, I do. Whenever I see a buy like this with multiple Tech-9s and utility, I have hope that we'll see an execute because, again, there are many maps in the current map pool where you can get onto a bomb site with util and Tech-9s, and then you've got a quite reasonable chance of winning the round. So we'll see what they're able to do. But yeah, a bit of hesitation. I mean, they had 2 players on the site. They still had a crossfire from pit to site. Maybe long was a concern, but it's a coin flip. Maybe the CTs will charge, maybe they won't. No right or wrong decision. I'm guessing that, I'm going to guess, I know we had one webcam that was a phone, and I'm going to guess that is the tech pause. Maybe it's died or something. What do you reckon?
I mean, could be. Sometimes it's just the angle's not right. Maybe it fell. You know,
do you play with the lights on or the lights off? You in the dark?
Ambient lights, because otherwise it hurts your eyes, but not like direct lights. Otherwise you get glare. So I've got like a little standing light, kind of soft light. Soft light is the best light. Any room in my house any room in my house except for maybe the bathroom, the ceiling light does not go on. Maybe the kitchen, the ceiling light can go on. But every other room, living room, bedroom, office, soft lighting.
Is it bulbous? Is it like one of those circle, cylindrical lamps? A sphere, that's what I'm looking for. Is it a spherical lamp?
No, it's a line. It's like when you control with your phone, you do like different colors.
Interesting. Yeah, I need to get some ambient lights. Too bright out here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously when we're on broadcast, I've got a big, massive.
She's mean mugging the
light that's,
webcam.
like, reflecting. Sorry.
She was mean mugging the webcam. Look, she's mean mugging.
Well, you know that the webcam's there, right?
Yeah,
well,
but
actually,
she means business. Business time.
If she's like a streamer, they'll have like the camera. Like mine's like got a little thing where you can see yourself. Sometimes you just look at yourself in it.
Oh, how fancy.
Make sure your hair's okay.
That's something I have to do now that I'm not shaving my heads.
Now your hair's so long.
I've got to brush my hair. Yeah. Otherwise, it's, it can be a bit messy and scruffy. And if I don't brush it, that's where we are right now. I don't know where I'm going with this journey of hair, but it is impressive. A lot of people think I'm bald. So if someone's salty in a game of CS, they'll start insulting me, telling me I'm bald. I'm like, I'm not bald. I just like to shave my head. It feels nice. I don't know what to tell you.
You're just gonna keep on going and see what happens?
Well, there's going to be a point where it's going to need some kind of styling. And I don't think I've got that in me, Lucy. So when it gets to that point where I have to do something, I don't think I'm smart enough. So I think I might just shave it off.
You could be smart enough. I think you just applied yourself.
I don't know that I can. I can only apply myself to so many things.
What's the longest you've had your hair?
I don't know. I will tell you, I did try to grow a beard once, but I have like a long patchy stage, and I went to visit my mum and she was so offended. She ordered me to shave.
Oh.
So that was a shame. I thought, all right, I'm gonna see, how long this takes. But no, I was ordered by my mother to shave it. So I tail between legs went and shaved it off. But yeah, in terms of my hair, I don't know. Who knows?
Our community game, as mentioned, Overpeak versus Bigger Keeper. Keeper starting out on Dust 2, which is Overpeak's map pick, with a 3-1 lead at the moment. I watched Kiosa playing in a 2v2 wingman competition yesterday. And it's like a streamer competition by Everlone, I think his name is, a Ukrainian streamer. But it was her and Baz, it's a Ukrainian player, and they beat Monacy. I can't remember who Monacy was playing with. Buster, maybe, the streamer. And it was pretty cool watching Kiosa outfrag Monacy.
Awesome. Very talented is Kiosa. Monacy's all right, I suppose.
Yeah, no
I will
Kiosa,
say, actually, for the Instagrammers, I would recommend you follow Hanka on Instagram. She's a big foodie. So if you're a food fan, she'll give you some good stuff on her food journeys.
And also make sure you follow NIPs. They do a lot of good content with their players. Big bunch as well.
They might be top one for social media at the moment. Tell me if you think otherwise, but I don't know in the CS space anybody who does better content than they do.
No, I don't think so. James, we've had a little voice note here. We're not sure when this one will be getting back in. So let's take a breather. And when they get back, we'll be back. Don't go too far.
Too early to wake up, no. Nobody gave me a warning. I wanna sleep, but I know I can't. So I got the feels, let's make a deal. Moments are moving faster. I got the feels, you take the wheel, got me a real disaster. I got the feels, I mean
And just like that, we're back. Let's get this party restarted. Now, we've got a force buy after the lack of bomb plant from Flame Sharks. They've got the Pistoleros out. I thought they had the 3 Tech 9s before. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Ayaka had a Tech 9, but now she's got a Deagle. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, there's plenty of utility. I think Namisa's position might be quite important, actually, if it is to be an A play. Well-timed utility, but at some point she may have to concede her position. So it'll be a strong numbers game. CT's a little curious on Banana, but it will be 3 of them to defend this A bomb site, starting with a double nades, not getting the kill. They did get the kill, actually. And we've got big problems. This just shows how dangerous these rounds can be. Pistols and utility.
Triple nade, like that just completely removed the most dangerous position. And now you got MP9s to retake. You can't even. You got to play for exits at this stage, surely. Unless Unknown finds a way in here, there's a chance you can find Ayaka, but no, Deagle to the face. And Mio, yeah, 1v5 doesn't fancy her odds too much. Very cool. Yeah, you saw the second nade go through. She's still standing in pit. You think, okay, maybe it's going to be fine. But then a third nade on top. They just completely go all in. If not have been pit, that round wouldn't have worked. But there was a player pit, so it worked.
Brilliant. There is an argument that if you can win the second round and reset the CTs, then it can be an even stronger position, putting their economy into the bin. Of course, the economy's had many changes now. So we'll see if Aura can get any frags from this one. I think it's a tough position to be in when you lose all those players on A, because you're not winning the rounds. And you're probably force buying next round. So do you want the MP9s along with some pistols? Like, do you... Yeah, it's a tough situation.
You do, James. You do, because then you can buy FAMAS and drop the MP9 because you've still got your full util. Like I said yesterday, though, I'm very conservative when it comes to the saving. But Inferno is such a stage-heavy map, like a 2-on-5. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, there's scenarios where you just, you have to stop the bleeding, basically. Throwing good money after bad, as I like to say. In scenarios like that. Time to clear out these. 5.7s are so dangerous. Honestly, 5.7 is the new MP9, if you ask me.
There's a real chance there to maybe force back the victory. It gets a little trickier now with the bomb planted, a smoke as well. Force them through this choke point. Even another smoke for MJ that she could technically throw out. She's going to tuck in towards dark. Looking for the smoke on the bottom. There's not a kit, so I'm not sure. They're just going to try and stick this for 10 seconds. It's kind of crazy. There's just no way that will work. And yeah, she'll get cleaned up immediately. Sunside, not much for her to say here. Just a kill. And that's all it's going to be.
Well, this is a great start for Flame Sharks. There's definitely sports psychology to be had here. But the next buy is just around the corner for Aura. But it also puts them in that spot where you lose that buy round. You know, every buy versus buy round Flame Sharks win is kind of worth 2. So it's you can really compound the problems for the CT side. The Flame Sharks can get off to the races here. They've got that opportunity. Won't necessarily all be up to them in the next round, of course.
Simple as you like. And a perfect start for Flame Sharks 3 and 1. Fatal's Orb. Seeing that a bit. On the T side as well. She has a good spawn. She wants to pick up Banana through logs. Did pass the bomb over, which insinuates that she might want to be taking that spawn. You might not be expecting the AWP either, so definitely a good opportunity to try and get aggressive with it. Okay, not gonna extend too far out. Maybe the rifler taking the space.
More double nades from Flame Sharks. That'll be a warning to Aura on Banana. Able to dodge most of it on this occasion. So the T's they haven't really established control on Banana, but in the meantime, they'll have a look towards A, and that will be very much in their favor. Now, what do you do? The two remaining on B for the CTs will be rotating one, at least the Speedway. They don't exactly know where these T's are going as they cut noise, but oh my god, the timing. Unknown may have heard a sound cue though. They're lining up for her in the worst way as she will be dropped, leaving Aiveri on an island here. Holding on for the time being though, she's found a third kill with the USP and almost dropped Fatal as well. She somehow made this round doable for Mio.
Yeah, it's her island. She's having a party on it. Little with the AWP though, the low HP, maybe not quite as big a deal. Mio doesn't have a kit. Eventually wanted to scoop up on her fallen comrades, but she won't find it. And Nade's not going to do the trick. It does reveal to Fatal where Mio is approaching from. There's really no care to tap on the bomb. Where is Fatal? Tap the stick. Fatal can just walk on there, stand, go a quick scope, look for a second, like maybe she might have missed that chance. But Fatal will take the round despite aiveri's best efforts. A heroic hold is just not enough.
Solid work from aiveri. Really, really nice defense. Big overperformance, but again, too many T's ultimately. So close though as well on Fatal. Hold on to the AWP for another round. And this is that scenario. This is exactly what Flame Sharks were looking for. Having immediately reset the pistol win from Aura. And that is so much pressure for the CTs to win that buy round. Otherwise, they will continue to fall behind very quickly indeed. Surgical so far from Flame Sharks. Not leaving too much to be exploited by these pistol players. Just a lack of frags here, which again builds money for the T's. Even if those CTs get that one round, there'll be pressure for a consecutive round. And the T's will definitely be buying if that happens. So it's a really bad spot for Aura by every measure.
Yeah, you can see Hovali just had 10k for a moment there. Sunsight's AWP will be allowed into this round, so maybe that can be the difference maker. I haven't really got to see them play many gun rounds yet. Don't want to read too much into how it's playing out. This will be the real test. Sunside spawn look like she's going in towards maybe apps or short.
There's a Sunside up pun somewhere. See if we can find it. CT's looking to stand and fight then. They're really prioritizing holding this banana position. But again, as much as you can thwart the T's taking their normal default areas. Oh, Elizabeth coming through with a second, and she knows there's one more around the corner. She's going to swing with a 1v1.
There's a smoke there, Mio. No, there was a smoke on the ground. You can see it. Pick it up. Pick it up. Yeah. Good stuff. Gonna need it because they are grouping towards her. There's that smoke. Elizabeth, it's a little deep, so I think that's going to entice this pop through. Flash avoided, and then the swing out from Mio, but too many targets and not enough bullets. Only 11 in that gun that she picked up. Sunside rotates over, but it feels like it's a little too late. There's this flank up banana. There's a chance for Nemiza. She can catch off Fatal. That's the way back in. Fatal's not currently looking this way. In fact, might just jump straight into her. Oh, that was a chance. And Sunside immediately backs off. That's unfortunate for Nemeza that Fatal jump peeks it and then wide swings.
Yeah, well done for Fatal. Not giving up a frag for free. Staying focused. Nice at close range with the AWP as well. Seen a few nice shots from her so far. 9-4-2 at present. And again, it's looking really dry for the moment for Aura. But again, you can always win a round of an AWP, especially on a CT side. They've really tried on these buy rounds to take the normal game away from the T side, obviously fighting for Banana, not allowing them to take Banana, then go and take top mid and leave the CTs with a lack of information. But they don't have much to show for it just yet. That is such a nice shot. If you're AWPing T side, you need to have the confidence to take shots like that. So there will be rifles around the AWP, and they will start with 3 over towards B. So the AWP is in tow. It's unknown with the forward position though. And again, it will be the exchange of utility. Fatal looking for a mistake towards mid.
Oh, great nades. Chill's been fantastic from Flame Sharks throughout, hasn't it? It's onto the AWP. And Ayaka, that one's free. Nothing work too hard. Nemeza just walks in. And that could just be an extension onto this A bomb site if they wish to. It's only aiveri here. Get this information down Banana now, but the rotations feel like they're going to come a little too late.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Minute 20 on the clock, caught in the apartments. With the 3 towards A, how much risk-taking could they afford? Oh dear. They look to be losing a lot in this round then. Unknown, running distraction. aiveri needs a miracle, is not going to find one. Fatal falling back then. All right, 2v3 as the bomb gets planted. The smoke. Oh, it's going to leave Mio low and alone. Trying to... Oh, that's not what she's looking for, I don't think. Going for it then. 1 versus 2. Nothing doing though. Flame Sharks playing a tight game, not giving anything for free. Finding themselves at a 7-1 scoreline early on Inferno.
A very, very strong lead on the T side. Similar situation over between Overpeak and Bigger Keeper. That half ended out 8-4 with Overpeak in the lead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, keep your eyes on that one. Sasha, 18-9. Let's get aggro. Fatal's holding if Sunside overpeaks from this angle. I think she will. Peek down to see if any head popped up. And still the aggression. Ultra Blade Aura, but a different approach to it. This time there's some support. But it's the same outcome for Nemeza. Ayaka waiting for her. And, oh, a chance at the second. aiveri disengage.
Flame Sharks looking one step ahead with the pacing in this round. It's giving Aura the space to go a little too far and then punishing them for it. There's a boatload of utility as well here for Flame Sharks. They have not used much at all. Cutting noise, it will be guesswork as to where Aura should be putting a third player. Looking at a 5-on-2 on this B bomb site. Sunside's rotating, almost rotating. She's considering it. She has no support utility as well. Like if she was to make her way through towards CT, it would be ideal if she had some flashes to throw for her teammates at the back of the site, but that's not the case. The rotation will come in eventually, possibly all too late, as the sheer numbers game here is overwhelming.
Now you feel like you're getting desperate for rounds now, but again, just not in a position to do so. Not a single piece of utility. One flash won't do the trick, so they have to save. Even if you wanted to go for it, there's just no way in. No answers either. And Sunside's been really unfortunate. I feel like since she got out in the AWP, she's just not been where she needed to be. They've done a great job of circumventing anywhere she's wanted to take this sniper. It always feels like she arrives as the smokes go down. And now she'll just lose that AWP as well. They're really forward on this save, and it means they're going to lose almost everything. As the AWP is scooped up, but you can see 3.5 in the bank of everyone else. Bad times for Triple Eight Aura.
Yeah, Flame Sharks are playing really well. Seeing great detail of the utility, being a step ahead in terms of their expectation from the opponent, the information they're giving in terms of the way they're playing, what they're expecting in terms of how the CTs respond to that, and staying a step ahead. As we are seeing time and again, this time Fatal up close, deep with the AWP. Early 5-on-4. Aura have got to find a way to turn this around. It will require risk. That's one way to do it. A 2-person spray down for Mio. And the smoke down banana. They'll keep the map control and slow things down, at least as far as B is concerned.
And now the AWP is in a good position because they're forced back towards A. Sunside is holding down this short line. There's going to be a concern when that smoke fades because Long and Apps will have to be sitted. Sunside will get caught in the side of her head. Misa needs to make sure this is covered. She goes down, and Sunside, hits that shot, but Elizabeth quick on the trade. 1 for 1, not enough. Who arrives. Picks up that AWP from Banana as well. She's got the kit. And well, with this one can play out. Smoke and Molly. 2 incendiaries, so Pit can get flushed out, which is where MJ currently is. Going forward, the peak comes in. Aiveri couldn't quite get the line behind her teammate. That is so unfortunate. The idea was sound. Might have been better if the AWPer had held down Pit and then the Molly get thrown by the rifler. That was the way in. MJ's peak secures it, and Flame Sharks secure a 9th.
Flame Sharks are looking good on the T side. I mean, sure, the score will say that, but it's not about the score. It's about the fashion in which they are winning the rounds. As we mentioned before, the different details we're seeing. The change of pace, really nice. So far, so good in terms of it looking like a strong pick for them. There may be greater challenges. Obviously, an IP would be high up on that list as far as Inferno is concerned. But they're doing lots of things very well in this round, and Aura are struggling to find a way to adapt to it.
That was the best position that the CT's been in so far as well, with Mia getting that double in Banana. Shark's very quick on the response, and that timing is very nice onto A. Big fight Banana potentially brewing. Again, 3 players starting over here for the CTs, but Ivoli, the only attacker, just dumps some util. In fact, CT's gonna move off.
I wonder, it looked like the T's were maybe posturing to go for a really fast play towards A, expecting 3 to start towards B. And I don't know if Aura found a way to read that, because the way 2 of them were retracting towards CT suggested they detected that, but they have some doubt. Now, if Sunside can hold long with this AWP, that'll be really strong for Aura. Oh, that's a nasty burst from Ayaka. Aura have often had to defend a bomb site with only 2 players, and I think the numbers game is just too much. In each and every occasion we've seen that. Cutting noise now. Not firing from the flash, they'll head towards B.
With the right read. Only Mio here at the moment. Rotations are fairly far away. They're really concerned about this long rat. Mio's got the incendiary, decides hold on to her gun, which is the right call because contact comes and the damage done, but not the kill found. So scaling allowed more spam damage. If they had any idea the HP, Barry's got a HE that could seriously do some damage if it's thrown to the right area. And that could be the right area. Yeah, okay, a freebie for her. Still 2 players on 21 apiece. Fatal, this is the chance. She's the full HP player with the AWP. So the rifle is at our low. Still swinging is Fatal, looking for the fights. There's a scope up player on her angle and she's losing teammates, losing chances. And Ayaka, she won't get hers either. Aiveri will secure it and a second comes through off the retake. As they get the player with the defuse kit on the bomb. And they do get it. Oh dear.
That was a close one. But it's an important one for Aura. A third round would be fantastic for the squad. Great boost of confidence with that HE into the pool area. Able to finish off the job as well. And it gives them an opportunity to end the half with some confidence. Of course, if assuming that something can go their way for this round as well. I think, you know, having a rough half but finishing it well will be good for you moving into the second. But let's see how it does finish, as there will be an aggressive push-up banana. Big flashes as well. The P90s are out. War of attrition. We're down to 3-on-3. Yeah, Danish special. Just the one, though. It is tried, tested, and proven on Inferno.
Well, the double kill with the AWP has given them a chance into this. This kill's pretty huge. If Ayaka can find it, then they can keep this retake at bay, but she'll get blown out the server. The nades doing plenty of work. Elizabeth on 8 HP. Fatal's gone wandering through the smoke to see if anyone's coming around from Coffin. She's confirmed that must be the case. Misa's missed her molly. Fatal needs to catch this player. Great kill. And Elizabeth with low HP blindsides aiveri. Sunside can't get anything done. And believe it or not, it's Flame Sharks walking away with double digits.
So far, so good. Flame Sharks. Well, for Flame Sharks, they're looking solid on their pick of Inferno. They had a great T side. They come into the CT side with 10 of 12 rounds. Aura have it all to do. They are dependent on this pistol round. They're hanging on the edge of the cliff by their fingertips. Maybe they can get a forearm on if they can win this pistol round. The road to recovery is great. And I see that there are 7 pistols on the 5 Flame Sharks players. So 2 of those will be taken away. Only 3 remaining now for Aura. As we have more setups for Flame Sharks. They've got the sound cues as well. See if they can play off. Oh, that was nasty from Unknown. A hint of why she is so highly rated. Figuratively, literally, double peeking Boiler, leaving Elizabeth in a 1 versus 2.
Fly around the corner onto Ayaka there. Nothing she could do. Elizabeth's going to feel like a very tricky clutch. Mio tucks into the back corner. Unknown can appear off contact and, well, leg spotted, but Mio will win that duel. So second player not even needed. And the start, T-side for 888 Aura gets underway with the pistol. An immediate force buy from Flame Sharks. No hesitation. That does mean if they let this one slip, suddenly there becomes a conversation for 888 Aura to come back into this map.
A full force from the CTs. Fatal going with a scout. We've seen some glorious highlights with the scout in Impact. See if Fatal's able to do one now. I feel like Inferno is an interesting challenge with the scout because you have a few moments at top mid, and if you miss them, I feel like the ranges are often very, very close indeed. Talk about double nades. They continue for Flame Sharks, offering something on Banana. They will claim one. Mio's quite low. Maybe there's more action in this. 5-7 up close. There's some util coming in from Fatal as well. MJ looking for a second. Those ones in the smoke. And Fatal will be creeping. Oh, that's nasty work with the 5-7. Namiza suddenly in a 1 versus 3. The bomb's been lost and maybe the hope of winning this round as well. Oh, awkward range for both Mac 10 versus MP9. That's one done. She's got 45 seconds. There's time to do this. Little util as well. She can think about this for a moment or two. She knows that one of the 2 players is trying to create some space for herself. But where is that second player? There she is. MJ will use the range in a Galil to secure the force buy win for Flame Sharks.
What a round from MJ. I thought she was done for when she sort of walks back in towards first oranges, and she was spotted when she did that. So, you know, they were aware that she was tucked in there. And this first player, Mia, who's low HP, just swinging around, she's kind of there just to draw the attention so that players can trade, but they just line up in pool. There's sharks in that pool.
Taking tickets at the Lido, Lucy.
Flags were not up, not safe to swim. Now it is force buy or a good buy on Inferno. An attempt to pop and Ayaka in the perfect position. Runs out of bullets, but 2 down at her hands is enough. Isa doesn't want to throw her body at the cause immediately.
Pop.
Kill. But I don't think she's got many chances in this one. MJ says no.
She had a minute on the clock there. Probably assuming that she's been compromised at the back as well, but yeah, there's not much chance. But maybe you can reset the CT, send 2 back towards B. Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't, really. And we find ourselves at game point for Flame Sharks. Many of them. They are looking good on Inferno. Great detail on both sides. We've seen the double nades on the CT side also. An aggressive take of Banana. Much more committed than we saw from Aura, who were content with the half wall, but they'll take the whole damn thing. Now, it's always important to see if you can respond to this. Of course, we've got the pistols out for Aura. They've got a force buy here. They have numbers to their advantage. There is some util. Oh, it's a big flash, but a bigger dig from Sunside, and there might be a round in this, or at least a bomb plant for Aura. But they need more than that. Bomb's been dropped now as Fatal tries to defend on the bomb site. Yaka trying to hold that rotation, but down to 6 HP. Will be quite compromising for her. 3 on 2 for Aura now as they get the bomb planted.
Bomb has been planted.
I love the confidence.
Terrorists win.
Nasty work there from Unknown in the library.
Yeah, that was
reading is not allowed here. Yeah.
Like that was going to be Ivoli's every day. A breath of life, but 8 rounds in a row still required. Vader wants it done now. Straight into the AWP. No head armor, no util. Sniper. Dream. Dig down. And has made no secret that she's wielding this scoped gun. Spam dissuades the boost too. Fast control up towards Banana. 4 players for the T side, really putting the pressure on quickly. And just a fast peek onto Elizabeth. Grenade in hand, can't respond. Fatal starts to rotate. Ivoli needs the help. No smoke down yet. Ah, it will land. Might just commit into this. They're in a great position to do so. Ivoli spotted backside. The AWP has rotated, and they're so fixated on New Box. But they still will get the kills. aiveri doubles down to open up the bomb site. Bomb being planted, a 2v2.
High pressure for aiveri and Mio. Good angle for aiveri. Got a sound cue as well. Unfortunately for her, she's also holding the one flash for the squad. So it'll be guns out. Oh, that should have been a free one. Maybe it's nerves. Big problems now. She might see both on the kill cam. Mia's got to deliver. She must deliver both, and she will do exactly that by way of a team frag. But whatever works, they'll take it. That could have been curtains for them. A sigh of relief as they look to the next round. Yes, they are 7 behind, but just take it 1 round at a time.
And it literally is by the skin of their teeth that they are still staying alive. But they are still staying alive. That's the key thing. Great kills from aiveri there, but Mio with the closer. Yeah, I think she was going to get both those kills even without the help. Stuck on B. A couple of nades were thrown out. They did no damage at all. It's actually quite impressive to throw 2 grenades down Banana and do 0 damage. Mio's going to quickly confirm that there's no one home on A. So this will be a very, very...
I was enjoying the silence, Lucy. Why you didn't have to break it?
Round.
Didn't have to break it. You could have just left it.
Yeah, well, you know, the environmental storytelling had done its part.
There's beauty in the ambience. Have you ever gone into a restaurant and clicked your fingers and said ambience? I can see you doing that.
What do you mean?
We'll pick up this conversation later. Flame Sharks will be on the buy once again. They're running a tight ship. I'm enjoying that. From as far as the CTs are concerned, Aura are fighting tooth and nail to survive. They have reached the halfway mark. We've had some great fly-throughs from our observers today and yesterday. So well done, you people. Quad FAMAS for Flame Sharks. New and improved French gun. Oh, nasty work. That's a great way to find an entry.
It's going to start to scale as well. Rotation does move over, so if they are going to explode onto B, it's still not going to be easy despite that first kill. The util dropped. MJ's got a smoke too that can be dropped forward. Mio charges in, but she might be done for. Elizabeth, yeah, that one's easy enough. Now crossfire being established, and they are straight into the guillotine of the French guns. Side definitely not able to trade out. Lisa will make her way over, but the bomb is firmly in the CT's control. Despite fighting hard to get back into this, this one might be an impossible ask. Lisa has a smoke that can be deployed in some respect, but looking of CT, that's not going to be really doing too much about these 3 CTs on site. This off angle in the corner, nasty from Fatal. And Sunside fires off her shots. Now they know exactly what the play is. Time ticking too. No need for the CTs to force their hand. An incendiary. Salt in the wound. Fire in the furnace. And a bullet in the head. A 13-6 victory for Flame Sharks. Inferno, their map pick, goes for them.
Great performance. Now we can see some evidence as to why they went for an Inferno. A great effort. A great team effort. Really, it was the unit that I was particularly impressed with. On the T side, again, they were always one step ahead. They kind of gave evidence to their opponent and then played against that to keep them, because you have to expect to be smoked off. I mean, unless you're going to hop to short or something or run connector. But I want to see really active AWPers where I want to see on the minimap they're saying, I'm going to go here, and then the team plays around them. That would be fantastic to see, Lucy. I've monologued all the way into the beginning of Mirage, so why don't you take it away?
Yeah, second look, we didn't actually have a lot of AWPing on map 1. Fatal the most with 7 AWP frags. Well, Sunside had that collat, but for the most part, the AWPs weren't a big part of the conversation. Will be here fast up through Cat, break on the smoke, and Fatal, nice headshot onto Sunside, trying to avoid, but Elizabeth needs to hold on. MJ's been gushed, so is she, and between the two they go down. The aiveri unknown combo Flames into the marketplace, fire alarms going off. They have to find their way out of this, and a nice shot from Fatal, but immediately sideswiped. And Ayaka has 3 more to find. They're not going to make it easy for her. No, they might even just run her down on the 4 HP. They know she's low, and she's got nowhere to go. He's going to fly through the window. aiveri through the doorway, and a quad kill for aiveri to kick off Mirage.
Nice. Aura have got somewhere to be, and perhaps that place is overpass. Very prompt run in that pistol round, starting off in the right way. Their pick of Mirage. Now let's see what Flame Sharks have to offer them. It's interesting from both perspectives. We want to see a strong map from Aura in their pick, but we had questions as to, well, we had expectations, let's say, in terms of Flame Sharks perhaps going to a Dust 2. Inferno looks like it is a strong map for them also. But now I wonder how many maps can they keep that kind of level on? And when do things start to get a bit thin? So that'll be my journey of discovery on Mirage. Very light eco round here for Flame Sharks. Elizabeth will have a flashbang being held around CT. Now, Fatal should hear a lot of sound cues in different directions, but it's not really going to matter as they're all going to get smoked like kippers. It's a good round for Mora. Only 1 player lost. Absolutely fine after a 3K, no less. All good in the hood if 888 Aura is your hood.
Yeah, certainly paid for that AK. Meanwhile, Beekeeper overpicked that first map wrapped, and that was a big comeback from Beekeeper, who were on the back foot. They win it out 16-14 in OT. Pretty impressive recovery from them to take map 1 in that community stream. Going to get a very direct play onto B. Namisa with the MAC-10 just going forward. They are charging, but the CTs, they are here, and there is a lot of them. 3 defenders. First player goes down. The bomb stuck at the van and straight into Elizabeth, but trade is there. Ivoli looking for something, but it's unknown that finds the next kill. Sunside taps her out, and Fatal flicks up quick to get that trade back. Still the 2-on-2. Short and Market under control of the CTs. Bomb was in van, so there was no way to pull out. Ayaka might have found a really nice timing to walk up the short side. The swing comes out, Mio looks back, and now you know where Fatal was. 1v2. She moves forward, bomb being planted in the open. It's easy for Fatal. Just the reload. And Mio starts to charge forward, but Fatal hits the no-scope. Ho, ho, ho. The orb comes to play and does not mess around.
Aura looking for the burst, the surge into B. Kind of stuck in a choke point around the van and the balcony and just couldn't put Fatal away. I mean, even in the pistol round, she looked like she'd been DMing for 3 hours before this match. Really, really sharp. Looked good with the AWP when we saw it in the previous map as well. And that certainly continues here early on Mirage. Full battle sniper mode, confident on the reload, dancing around the pillar. Yaka might be grateful she escaped in that situation. Still standing. Some good detail in terms of timing from Flame Shocks on the ramp, though. But Aura will feel like that round was theirs to win. Now it's time to make amends.
Jay gets a whiff of something. 2 CTs step into Con. You should just be disrupted by Volley. You don't want to swing that. Yeah, that's craziness. But the trades come through from above. Another player spotted too, but Unknown wins out that duel just about. 15 HP remaining. Meanwhile, the contact comes through on A. Elizabeth feeling the pressure. Still has Ayaka, but she's just tucked a ticket on low HP. The orb well out of position, so a good chance is both these defenders on A are so low.
35 seconds remain, but I think it will be by elimination, this one. Unknown in the smoke now, running low on bullets, running low on health with Fatal lurking. 6 for 2 now is Fatal. Score is tied. Flame Sharks looking to take control on their CT side. Money's in the bin now for Aura, so things might slow down for them, might start to slow down for them. You wonder by the... Might be a bit too early to call it, but by the end of the half, we'll see how important the pistol round win was for them. But again, this is their pick. I'm expecting them to put in work with the AKs. I think this is a map where when you have that util, it's harder to get on those bomb sites than, say, an Inferno or an Ancient with Tech 9s and util. But maybe they can find a way. Heading into connector. Ayaka will have some sound cues. Dealing with the threats as they come. You can see the CTs have the space to decide where the fights take place as well. So again, it is harder to overwhelm with pistols and util. Sunside trying to make it expensive. We'll see if she can find a second. As there are many coming her way now. Oh, that's a nice pre-fire onto Elizabeth. So indeed, she'll take a few more thousands away. It will be Flame Sharks leading now 3-2.
That was the force fire as well, and it felt a little disjointed, to be honest with you. So we had that player out connected taking a lot of contact. You can see aiveri was taking that space, but when Namisa runs out, there's like no one else with her. It's meant to be a split with 2 players up through Con and 3 in through A, but everyone just came one by one. So Ayaka gets, despite being in a very exposed position, is able to get quite a few kills. picking and choosing her fights.
Thinking twice about the sound cue. Neo and Sunside making their way up short in the meantime. They've only certainly got sound cues. That'll raise the alarm for Elizabeth now, who can be the distraction as MJ will get a free one on the balcony. Some good synergy there. Simple, but very effective. And again, it is those simple things adding up to make a good team. Flame Sharks doing things right on their CT side. As we wait for the next rifle round to come through for Aura. We'll have to think about these CT setups they've had. We're still early days here on Mirage. But this is good intel for Aura to play with for the rounds to come.
Counter-terrorists win.
Easily done against the lesser weaponry. Economy's been a big boon for Flame Sharks in both maps where they've been able to put AAA Aura into very unfortunate positions. Fatal's 1v2 having significant ramifications. Look at the active in middle. How many nades we're blowing this window. Oh, and still the timing shot's what gets it done. Broke it open, but in the end, didn't need to see them to shoot them.
Oh, instant trade. That's something at least. Could have easily been 2 for the T side there. Now, what can the remainder of Aura do with this info? They know there's at least one on both bomb sites with the smoke we saw earlier from Elizabeth, but where is that second player is the question. Have a look at this rotation, though, from Flame Sharks. With such a forward position, they are committed to the expectation of Aura rotating towards B. One step ahead again. Fatal can run distraction now with the AWP. She's got plenty of help in tow. Look at the discipline from them as well. Just waiting to swing, but it's never needed as Fatal finds a fourth.
It's been so crazy. When we first had Flame Sharks playing and we didn't really know anything about what to expect from them. Outside of seeing that in some of the qualifier games, Fatal had been AWPing. We're thinking, okay, I'm not sure about this. You know, never an AWPer in any of her ESL Impact teams. Very, very curious as to the decision to go AWP, but has quickly made it clear that she's more than capable.
Looks like a good fit as well, because I think you need to be the right AWPer on the right team. The playstyle needs to allow you to be effective in the way you want to play, and it certainly is here. Again, they've got the confidence. I love how much they believe in their reads, but again, they've got the discipline, the rifle support playing perfectly. There if needed, but not going to create opportunity for a clutch unnecessarily. Good discipline on this Flame Shark squad. Be interesting to see how that holds, though, when the going gets tough. A lot of pistol rounds here for Aura in this first half. And again, I think these will prove difficult to get much mileage from versus Flame Sharks on their CT side. At this point, at a minimum, Aura needs to get these bomb plants so they can keep the rifles up and be competitive in more than half of these rounds.
Counter-terrorists win.
For Leto Cook, they're probably hoping that Leto can pick this one up as well. So far, Flame Sharks being indomitable.
From that camera angle, it looks like the CT tried to shoot the smoke in a window, but it was obviously the vent.
Molly, but no peek. So a reasonable start. Sunside and Elizabeth removed, but I've only left very wounded from the initial fights. Bill's got a line. Do want to scale up through the connector. She's going to peek back through. Actually misses that timing as they've crossed. Now she sees them. That was one of them. In fact, I thought that was the low HP player, but no, that was aiveri. A big kill to find. Mio starts to move forward. Ayaka tucked in sandwich. Perfect position to be for this exact round. And she'll disengage. Getting charged down, but a great position for her just to tuck back in and an easy cleanup for Ayaka. Brilliantly maneuvered around Tetris. Just slots them in.
This AWP is being used to devastating effect in this first half. But again, great fundamentals from the team across the board as well. But indeed, Fatal looking to be a revelation with the sniper rifle. 5-round lead now for Flame Sharks. They'll find themselves on the CT side with 2 AKs. Ayaka is at the point of losing money by winning rounds. $14,000 in the bank after rebuying grenades and such. Whereas Unknown has a smoke, an AK, and $50 to her name.
That's a pretty desperate buy, isn't it? Mirage, without util, you use your smokes to get mid control, and okay, it's worked. Sure, fine. aiveri just gets 2 instantly. You can see the bodies, they lined up for her. Easy headshots. Sends them rolling.
Good start. But now they really need to avoid Fatal. I feel like when these rounds go slow and you play contact and there's an AWP lurking somewhere, it can prove quite painful. Now, Fatal's been left with the A-bomb sites alone, but everybody else for both squads over towards B. Out comes the util. 4-on-2 then. Numbers swarming on the side. This will look like it'll be a problem for Flame Sharks. Although, have a look at this. What a hold. Every frag. Complete shutdown. They look so good in this series, Flame Sharks. Half a chance with the timing there, but Fatal ultimately will stop her.
Anytime you think she played Aura, I've got an opportunity to scoop up one of these rounds, and that was one of the best ones with that double opener in mid from aiveri. And I feel like it's not a bad call to go in towards B. Oh, there's those kills coming back, but the rotations are just ridiculous. There's 2 CTs in short. Like, you're just not expecting that ever after you've killed 2 in mid. Flame Sharks just ahead of them in every respect. Mid this time given for free. Taken down ramp control. You go into A, not really an easy avenue for you.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have any lurkers at the moment, but with the rotation through apartments, perhaps it will be a short split with the smoke up top connector. But MJ's in such a strong position. Fair chance aiveri looks the other way. Looking for the deep right corner. The off angle works swimmingly. And there is the split shut down. The rest now somewhat stuck in mid. Fatal's on A. They're probably going to go B. I know I would. 14-4-2 now is Fatal. They'll be stuck in mid for the time being. And that only gives time for the CTs to close the net. Ayaka coming up from top mid. Now she can run distractions. The swing comes through from short. There'll be a trade there. There are so many players to do it. Flame Sharks, such strong fundamentals.
That's such a cool round, James. So the mid has been the fight every single round. Like, it's been very clear Triple Eight Aura, they want to take mid. That's going to be their destination. It worked for them in the round before. Flame Sharks, they go the complete opposite this round. They acknowledge that that's the space that they're going to take. So instead, it's a double up down ramp. It's an aggressive push into the B apps. They go to both the extremities. And then you saw in that mid round, even after they find the success early, they do this crunch in towards short. Like, it's so proactive. Brilliant stuff to see. I've got 1 for 1 initially, but Fatal is a difficult beast to unlodge. Takes 2 before she goes. A 3-on-3. Smoke on the stairs. 2 in the site. Ivoli holding to see if anyone extends, but it's into CT they go. Maybe the best chance to grab a third for Triple Eight Aura. The bomb goes down and they have CT control.
There is a smoke for Elizabeth. Not being deployed though. They're just moving through the site. Confident to find the jewels. Sunside shows from Palace. There'll be 2 in CT. Elizabeth spotted both of them. Nothing doing though as MJ gets dropped as well. That'll be a critical final round for 888 Aura as we reach halftime.
Fatal had 7 kills with the AWP on the entirety of Inferno, and she had 14 just in that first half of Mirage. Newt thinks that her only other kills was the pistol round. So it's been a strong sniper showing for Fatal and a strong half from Flame Sharks. Oh, but strong shots to kick off the CT pistol. As it is clean as you like, James. Both pistols from Triple Eight Aura.
I think they fell into the bomb site onto the general area of A rather than ran in. That's a great start for Aura. And again, after Flame Shark started winning rounds on that first half, I did raise the question as to how important that pistol win was in the first half for Aura. And we can see with the score at half time, now they've given themselves a great opportunity having won this pistol. So as difficult as the first half looked for them, I would imagine that the most difficult half has gone in terms of how well Flame Sharks played on the CT sides. Aura now have the luxury of the CT angles. We'll see what they can do with them. I think it'll be difficult to equal the performance we saw from Fatal in that first half. As you mentioned, those numbers are pretty strong. However, Aura may be in the driving seat. They certainly are for the time being. But again, Flame Sharks run a tight ship. That's true of Inferno. That looks to be so far true on Mirage as well. I think mid to late round on the T side is not an easy thing to do well, but I do not doubt them from what I've seen so far. So I look forward to the challenge coming Aura's way. Again, if you're joining us late, Flame Sharks winning their pick of Inferno. Aura looking to defend on Mirage and take us to an overpass. Aura are 1 for 2 in the group at present. This is a must-win game for them.
Yeah, quite literally. This is the series that will define whether they can make it to the play-ins. Flame Sharks are looking to secure a top spot in their group. Not the top spot, but second or third. A lot of action all over the map. Smokes over onto this A bomb site. 2 players here to really want to make it seem like it's going to be this A hit. So far, they're doing an okay job of selling it. 3 players for the CTs are over here. But first kill goes to Sunside. Now the hit comes through. Fatal's found the initial frag, but still, defenders in play and Ivoli left alone. The little fake out on A does not work out. I don't think Ivoli realizes there's a player beneath her. aiveri, okay, she's aware. She isolated these fights, such low HP. I think she's going to walk straight into the USB. That shot's just warning shots, but the follow-throughs hit the mark.
Don't want to give up too many kills like that versus Flame Sharks. They are ready to capitalize on them. Something for Aura to think about for the rounds to come. So far, so good, though. Catching up very promptly indeed. AWP will be out early for Sunside. Tech9s and a lot of util here for Flame Sharks. We know they are a team with a plan. I'm curious to see what it is. 5 smokes, 4 flashes. I would always assume a B. But there are other options. Looks like we've got an instant smoke coming out. Indeed we do. And a second one towards top mid as well. But have a look at that radar. To B, they are headed.
Pile of flashes. Ayaka, and they're going to be raining out over and above. Can the Tech9s find success? That needs to slow them down a lot. And Mio happy to oblige with these individuals popping out. Fatal will skirt up through the short side and had a chance there to get a second on the sun side, but Ayaka in sight dealt with, and it's only Fatal who's picked up this M4. This is the half buy, so damage, if she can inflict more, be fantastic. And well, she's doing that and then some. Two more players to find, but Unknown catches the walk. I like the idea from Fatal. 20 kills deep she is. And that's enough to get her an AWP and then some.
So much damage in that round as well. Makes things a bit nerve-wracking for Aura. Puts their economy into a more brittle position. It's a good start though from Aura, shutting things down. But again, Fatal in the clutch is absolutely ready to take opportunities if given. Well then, big buy round for both. Fatal on the AWP once again. Oh. Through the wall, I think. I think Fatal got a headshot through the wall there. Through the corner. Either way, she'll get the best of Mio. Going a little too wide looking for info. And it will be an early 4-on-5 for Aura. Now, does that invite them to do something aggressive? We've got Nemeza in a forward position, which may only be good for one, should people come her way. Flame Sharks posturing for a split of the A-bomb site.
Starts well with that kill knife volley. Pressure for Nemeza. As players coming at her from all sorts of avenues, in utility as well. Still holds for one. Flames force her back and into Elizabeth. Same time, Fatal catches off Sunside. Leaves it all into aiveri. Flash over. Actually wanting to kind of give this a look in. Had a good chance there, but Elizabeth makes sure that can't extend to anything further. Double digits off the first full gun round. Still enough just about for the investment. 4-8-8-8 Aura. That one was a very nice split through A.
Yeah, the CTs had unfortunate positions with that setup from Flame Sharks. Just the numbers were utterly overwhelming. Weren't really able to support each other. But they will be able to muster a buy despite their losses in that round prior over towards B. Sunside having a cheeky little look. But Fatal is in full beast mode. She might be heading towards a 30 bomb the way things are going. Another 5-on-4 from that mid position, and she's just waiting to punish Curiosity from the CTs once again.
She's just been absurd, hasn't she? Again, not a player I thought would just single-handedly take over games with the AWP, but one that I've been pleasantly surprised to watch do that. She's patient, but she's also happy to take those fights. Only way to take her down is spam through the smoke, but she's done her damage. 3 to open up. aiveri, the sole defender, over on B. She'll be dealt with ease.
Nothing much for Nemeza to do in this scenario. That was a difficult one for Aura. They need to realize that they're being punished for just swinging for info in that mid position, basically. They've had 2 buy rounds in a row now where they've had 4v5s, thanks to Fatal in mid, and you can see the swings for info there. It's tough because you can see that they don't want to give up mid completely and just not have the info, but looking for that info, you find it in the worst way. Fatal at the end of an AWP, and then your chances for winning the round are taking a nosedive. Very difficult spot they're being put in by Flame Sharks to some degree. They've got to find a way to not give up these kills so easily as well.
Again, short being attended to. You just want to split onto this bomb site, and it's a great way to go. Mio with just a USP. Not much that she can do here. Not really fully put much into this round. They're going to play for OT. These pistols can cause an upset. Nice deke shot from Sunside. I love watching the way that she takes the duels with the deagle. Very smooth on her picks and movement, but unfortunately the one kill not enough to stem the tide. 12 series point and 5 chances to close.
Such strength from Flame Sharks. But even so, this is a recoverable score for Aura. How will they approach that mid position? Fatal's up there again, looking for potential victims. I think Aura will, at least for the vacuum of this match, they'll have to be, I was going to say they have to be comfortable with giving up mid, but apparently not. Sunside finds the all-important second. Really key that she finds a second there. She's still standing as well. 4 on 3. Maybe a change in fortune for Aura.
They can hold down this A-bomb site. Sunside will arrive and even block that smoke. Not an immediate commitment off it. So wanting to put that question mark in the back of the CT's minds. Misa in a good position to deal with Palace. She's going to move. Have a crossfire potentially with Sunside. It will land. Sunside flashed off, but can peek up and spots the player on the stairs into the Palace and down 2. Can she get all 5? Oh, it's the ace. Sunny side up indeed. All 5. And it's keeping them alive just about.
It's not that many rounds. Take it to overtime. I love the urgency from Sunside in that mid position. Refusing to be conditioned by the opponent. I thought maybe they would just give up mid entirely, but Sunside had other ideas. And they continue to stay in the fight. Now, the team just spent a lot of money for this one. Some still have cash, some don't. The heat will be rising for Flame Sharks now, though. 4 players waiting in mid. But it's a different look here from Aura. And it's Elizabeth to get popped. Sunside again, refusing to lose here. Unknown will be isolated in connector thanks to the HEs. Minute 10 on the clock. Ayaka's waiting for a CT to make a mistake. She'll drop Namiza in a revenge frag. Now the numbers start to thin. Sunside and Ivory remain. Versus the 3 of Flame Sharks.
Stopped by the flames though. Ivory. It's time for her to push through, but Smoke's still up on jungle, so won't be given much of an angle to fight. Oh, but Sunside's denied the bomb. A wide swing. Now give some time. The Smoke surely fading momentarily. Fatal crawls close. She sees the body, can't hit the quick scope. I don't know where that bullet went, but it didn't go into Ivory, that's for sure.
So they were done for there. Sunside is his... I don't know what, like she's channeling some godly energy right now. Suddenly on 20 frags. Risen to the occasion and then some. No bomb plants in that round. There'll be more rifles than I was expecting for this one. There was some extra cash for MJ and Ayaka. Take a pause before we resume, but it gives us a chance to think about what we've seen so far. Aura have been on the ropes in a few rounds, but again, they are delivering under that pressure, and it is great pressure. Oh, that's a big flick from Sunside.
You see her on that first peek. We saw her cam, and now we don't have it. It's I think she lost it during that round. So
oh, they lined up perfectly. They lined up perfectly at the end there.
That's so unfortunate because I really feel like Fatal had that kill. Meanwhile, Overpeak versus Bigger Keeper, map 2 Mirage. That one is looking like it. In fact, I'm just watching on HTV the scoreboard. It's either going to be 6-6 or 7-5, Bigger Keeper. Kiosa can't get the 1v3, I don't think. Can she? I don't know if there's a kit. Can't tell from the scoreboard. She did. 1v3 from Kiosa to close it. So 5-7-half Bigger Keeper. Looking to keep the slate clean this season. They have not dropped a map so far in ESL Impact Season 8. Much like NIP on the other side.
Everyone's turned off the lights. It's business mode. Lights off for business mode. Maybe it allows a greater focus.
Just feel like it can't be good for your eyes to have like a big bright monitor and then a dark room. You know, young people, they got good eyes. Maybe they eat lots of carrots. There we go, there's some lights on.
Lights on. Those rabbits.
She definitely eats carrots too, bunny ears.
Yeah. Are you a carrot eater, Lucy?
I love carrots. Have them with stir fries, have them with hummus. Great.
I gotta say though, don't you feel like the best carrot is just a shaved carrot that's not cooked? Because you've got all that texture, all that crunchy texture.
Ah, yeah. I mean, I think carrots are great in all. They go good in a roast.
Oh yeah.
Love a roast carrot. Bit of gravy on it.
I went to a ruin bar in Budapest, and there was a girl walking around with the biggest carrots I've ever seen. She was just walking around selling carrots in the bar.
Okay, that wasn't like an innuendo.
No. She had carrots. She had really huge carrots with the whatever the green bit on the top wasn't cut off. I don't know. They were so long.
The leaves.
I wanted to buy one. Yeah, those ruin bars are cool. I wonder where Carrot Lady is today.
I wonder where our game is today.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a camera issue. Normally these pauses in the online games are often for a camera failure. Probably battery.
All right, we've got, I can tell you, it's completely unrelated. So next week, Hindsight and Flame Sharks will be playing. Who do you think takes that one?
Ooh. I think Flame Sharks, because they just, like, from what I'm seeing of them, they just run a really tight ship. Like, they don't give much in the name of unnecessary opportunity. So like on the CT side, if you compare the discipline on the CT side, let's say over towards B, like for Aura here, we've seen the odd frag where someone's made a mistake with positioning, like they've come around the pillar, not assuming no one's there and they've just been dropped, but like they don't make those assumptions. Really, I don't know if that's an assumption or they have a better picture of where they expect their opponents to be. But I mean, that's not just the CT side, but it's quite clear that they have worked hard on the maps we're seeing from them on both sides. They've got good discipline, they've got good synergy, they use utility well, but also you can see that they are making an active attempt to minimize error, minimize. I think if you can reduce the things you take for granted, if you can reduce the things you take for granted, which can lead to a mistake in positioning and a free kill, peeking too early and so on, I think that can go a long way. Like if we compare the peeking from short we've seen on the CT side here, I don't feel like things like that where you're giving up the frag early and you're not comfortable losing, like, you know, giving up mid for example as a CT. I think they're a lot more inclined to be comfortable in those scenarios and know what to do in mid to late round. So, and I think from what I've seen of Hindsight, I think in comparison that their ship is not, they're not running as tight a ship as we are seeing from Flame Sharks. And I think that will probably be the difference maker in that series. That's my opinion. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Well, Fatal, I think, just brings a lot of that experience. I think it's a big part of that as well against some of these, I guess, less experienced rosters. She's had plenty of reps and also had them on LAN as well. I think it'll still be a few minutes until we're ready. So we're just gonna take 5. Don't go too far. Conclusion of this series will be coming up in a moment.
Or not.
And we are back. So you didn't have to wait too long at all. We're back underway. 12-9, Sunside. Doing some big work to keep them in this. Her and Aiveri combining in that final round before we took that pause. 3 rounds for OT. Nice nades. Punish Sunside early. Still wants to swing. Not finding too much.
That's often been an eco strat with 2 or 3, or maybe even more nades in the window from behind the smoke. I love that Flame Sharks throw that in on a buy round. Much depth to their game. It's great to see. Got a lurker in a Yaka creeping around in Palace. The remainder of the squad through connector. Mac-10 can swing to create space for the squad. I love that. Charging through the smoke. I saw the Mac-10 and I thought they're going to go through before the smoke has gone. That's the expendable player. But Namiza is holding down position, running out of bullets, though. She needs help from CT, but it'll be Ramp that delivers the goods here. And it's Aura moving to 10. A great hold for them. Only 1 player lost.
They're in a really good position right now. Remember, this was a 9-2 scoreline at one stage. I got that right, yeah. So, what a resurgence from Triple Eight Aura to stay in this and winning that one comfortably. Not going to be too much from Flame Sharks into this round, so we likely go 24.
I've got to say, the strat from Flame Sharks was really cool. I think it was unfortunate from their point of view that they picked the wrong round where there was no one to exploit around connector. They pushed through the smoke before the smoke went with the MAC-10 player. With 4 players there, it's fine for the MAC-10 players to go down. Pull the crosshairs away, they trade, they get the space, they've got a lurker in Palace. Except there was no one where they expected them to be. So they came, I think there was some pre-fire as well, but there was just nobody there. And then they had to try and figure out where all the CTs. So it was I feel like it was the right strat, but the wrong round. It was really, really well done. But again, Aura had a great hold as well. Only losing 1 player. 2 rounds away now from overtime. Unknown starting well, not shy to peak top mid with the AK, and Sunside continues to be very strong, answering the call after that first half of the ult from Fatal. MJ and Ayaka remain looking to do what they can. Aura are growing with power from round to round, it seems. Some of the earlier rounds, it was Sunside all over, but it is definitely a team effort in these recent ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Every round required. Fatal's all back into the fold. 27 kills for her. Single-handedly won a few, but does need her teammates contributing. We are seeing that from the 888 Aura side. Simple enough against the pistols. And feeling powered up. Here's overtime. Really where this is going to go. Let Aura take the pause. I want to make sure it does go there with everything on the line.
Two instant smokes. One in the window, one towards top mid. Again, we had the HGs previously, but we've got 3 towards B from the CTs as well, so they've got a plan of their own. Gonna be boosting up. Sunside again. Wow, Sunside in this half has been incredible. With the deficit as well. Not an easy thing to do to have this much impact.
Again, tried the short split. It's been time and time again that Flame Sharks want to put the pressure on this way. And iVolley, good kill onto Mio, but still, ivery back aside. Fatal brought down to 2 HP. She is lucky to be standing. And Unknown then steps through. Swing out from ivery, looking good. And so does OT. Ayaka needs to find 4 players. She won't be given a chance to get 1. It is overtime secured. Our incredible comeback from 888 Aura from a 9-3 first half. They will sweep it all the way back to an even footing.
That is a hell of a comeback for Aura. They can be proud of what they did. Especially Sunside rose to the occasion when it was required. And the team caught up with her eventually. Very nicely done. So everything's reset. Everybody can take a little breather. And we're back to the 5-on-4s now for Flame Sharks as they go even better than that. Full control of this round. Over soon after it started, you might say.
It's always the first round in OT, isn't it? That's the one that would have secured the map. It comes through now. Who does it? Probably. Especially with the CT economy. Barry's not given anything. I want to make sure they have that AWP for every round this half. Yeah. Flame Sharks draw first blood after struggling to find that exact round. And, well, yeah, make sure that save comes through. Sunside lives with 1 HP. Very lucky.
Flame Sharks finally able to put a stop to this momentum from AAA Tora. Sure, they would have preferred it to be a round earlier. Not live. There'll be a reset. Penguin mode in spawn. So again, Aura are a map down. If they can take it to a third, it will be overpass. They have fought really hard. Some real narrow round wins to make it this far. Great individual performance from Sunside, but also a good team performance in many of those late rounds. Taking control of the game. I'm assuming Tech paused his dying webcam again. I know one player is using a phone. They tend to drain very quickly when the camera's open. So hopefully that will be resolved soon. Such high focus for these teams as well. Oh, Black Mold are playing later on camera versus Little Box. Been a rough season for Black Mold and for Little Box, really. But anyway, we're back on the bye, Lucy.
Yeah. It was maybe going to get flashed through. Might still. We'll just go in dry and win out the fight anyway. No need to announce her alive with the flash, but MJ will. Trades are good for both sides. Fatal wasn't expecting that one to come through, but then Sunside strikes onto aiveri, Elizabeth's leg. This could be huge, and she'll catch off Sunside while Fatal finds Mio. It's onto aiveri. Flame, smoke, that sound cue certainly heard. aiveri extends through it and will be punished. That one was messy. Lots of kills coming through, but Fatal and Elizabeth fight their way forward.
Looking difficult at this point for Aura. 0 for 2 in overtime. I think this will be a critical one for them. CT side, definitely the stronger side for both squads. Oh dear. No one's here to take advantage of that missed smoke. There will be 2 CTs on the ramp though, playing very close indeed. A big swing and MJ's just waiting for the trade frag. No trade required. They'll go 2 for 2. There's Sunside again, who's got to be the hero on the A bomb site. Shows a little elbow and Fatal reveals her position. It's really important that she holds on to CT. Teammates rotating over. 4 players alive for Flame Sharks. Sunside waits. aiveri and Mio wonder. Starting to head back towards B as well. That could be a problem. They haven't really cleared the jungle position yet, and Sunside is still engaging, and they draw ever closer. 2 bullets left. Got to be real careful about the reload here, but support is on the way.
Falls back for it. Extra kill on the Fatal. Is that the difference maker? More utility goes forward, and the T's have none left now. Plenty for the CTs in the retake kits as well. Smokes can go onto the bomb. Everything they need to pull this off. Just need to get that bomb and defuse and find the kills. Nave reigns forward. MJ tucked in at Tetris will get swung on and dealt with. Elizabeth over the top removes one. Bomb being defused. They need to spam her. I don't think they realize she's on it, and she'll just defuse it right in front of them. Half HP for aiveri, but the defuse comes through. Triple 8 Aura just about sneaked by 1 on the CT half.
An essential round. Gives them the slightest bit of comfort. A small cushion on a big wooden chair. They'll have to do things the hard way now if they want to remain in this series. T-side has been difficult for both squads, with some strong showings on CT from both, but perhaps stronger from Flame Sharks. One round to the good now. As we see nades flying towards connector. We've got a lot of people towards A. Can those mid players get to connector? Fatal holding down almost 3 jobs there. Mid, Palace, ramp. Hungry for the engagements. 29 frags. Looking for the big 3-0. Nothing's slowing down. We're heading towards that minute mark. Bombs lurking towards the entrance to the hallways. And in the meantime, they quickly lose 2 players. 1 minute on the clock. Nemeza on ramp. The remainder edging towards mid. This will prove difficult for Aura.
Oh, Fatal. She not have head armor? She's got her head knocked back on that peak. Wouldn't have made a difference, I suppose, but it just looked like she got bullet punched for a second. How that works against Snake, I'm not sure. That's maybe giving them an avenue through. That's a second. aiveri, big kill, but Ayaka still on site, tucked in default. Elizabeth helps her out and falls to Nemeza. Almost straight into that HE. So much util, making it so difficult for her to find the way out. There was a chance there onto short, but even if she'd found it, a player coming over the stairs and still back default. That point again for Flame Sharks, 15 and 2 chances to close, and this time on the CT side, which is where they did the heavy lifting during regulation.
Opportunity knocks for Flame Sharks. Those 2 frags in quick succession really broke that round for Aura. And now Flame Sharks find themselves with 2 match points. Fatal still on 29, currently residing in Palace. No let up on the pressure being offered by Flame Sharks.
This rotation, they've got 2 players on the side, and aiveri now moves over, so they're going to have all the bodies at B if this is the split. The bomb's not with them, so someone has to go pick that up. Sunside looking for the contact peak and almost gets that kill. It's unknown, in fact, that finds it. But despite the bodies being here, they're finding a way in. Are you ready for a volley tucked into the corner? Meanwhile, Ayaka is flanking through the spawn. How has that not been heard by Nemeza? This round has a chance to get very weird. But if aiveri goes down, then maybe the weirdness goes away and Unknown has alleviated all of the pressure. So Ayaka got here somehow, but it doesn't matter.
Can you imagine if Nemeza goes into A first and calls the rotate and they run straight at Ayaka? There was a world where maybe that happened, but not on this one. Aura will make it to 14, wielding the AKs with great success. Mega focused. Another test on the way. Fatal still at 29. Breaking that 30 might break the game for Aura as well.
A little scary when the bomb was dropped behind and there was that potential for the flank plus the rotation. Everything was in play for Flame Sharks to win that round, but they didn't win the duels. Ultimately, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, they are very warmed up with those AKs. Looking quite lethal are Aura. Sunside's got a great spawn, be it mid, be it Yaps looking to catch a CT hopping up. Sunside will be heading towards mid, but Fatal's there already. Great position, elevated. Look at the HEs as well. Such a long window. Again, these details for Flame Sharks are so awesome. Even when they don't get the rewards, you can see the work. So they've had to give up mid. Despite their best efforts, they will get nothing for it with those HEs for their sniper. Minute 20 for Aura to make their play.
Sunside looking for the opportunity. Doesn't quite get it. Control being conceded by Flame Sharks quite a bit, so they're allowing the T's into this. They felt like they had the right read on the situation last round. And they might into this one, although, yeah, the T's have a lot of options where they can go, and yeah, they're going to head into A, which is not where Flame Sharks have gone. Are they going to make the move? When does the penny drop? So they might have to retake this.
They absolutely will. Ayaka at CT has to hold that position. She needs reinforcements to make it there. But they're not through the choke points just yet, apart from this jungle area. They need to get on that bomb site to get a plant, and the CTs are going to be surrounding them at every angle. 20 seconds to get this bomb plant as well. Proving difficult. They're throwing people at the problem, one for each side in terms of the frags. But where does the Misa plant this bomb? There's 12 seconds now. He's got a swing from Evoli, and it will all be denied as overtime will continue. That was such a fascinating round. Again, the CTs with the HEs trying to find something in mid, having to give it up. And then you see what happens when you don't have that info. We saw struggles with Aura wanting that info in mid and losing players for it. Flame Sharks will completely vacate, but they have to guess, flip a coin towards B. Bomb ends up towards A on that occasion.
Yeah, with some really critical kills. That one on to Elizabeth was nasty, but necessary because Elizabeth was the big threat to denying that bomb. It was very uncomfortable for them to try and plant there. See, all the kills came through in like 2 seconds. Interesting, after CT was so strong for both teams in regulation, it's the T side. It gets 2 for each. Fatal opens up the account this round. Kill top mid. No response. They're going to scamper back. Position towards the A-bomb site where Misa had a poke out and was spotted for her troubles. Double set up in mid. If that deals with the lurk, which it does, they can now focus over on A, where the final 2 make their way up the ramp. You know what's going on? Double mollies into jungle. It's clear. Both T's are here. Can't quite see that bomb planter. Fatal wanted to swing, but instead Saivoli over the top and bowling them both down.
Sunside was in a lurk position in mid as the rotation came through towards A with 4 remaining, but didn't see Evoli creeping up the mid wall. I think she may be looking over towards connector or maybe short. That's a really tough spot with the sniper rifle there. Maybe it'll be different with the AK. But again, the CT's having control in the mid rounds of mid. Stopped the split from really being possible. And we're able to crush. 5 AKs on deck for round 32. That was the 30 bomb for Fatal finally with that short position. Now we've got a lightning fast play from Unknown. She will not be heard making her way to that ladder room position. And Namisa will be dropped on the ramp. Now, did the CTs maybe read a split of A with a lurker on the ramp? That may have been dealt with now. Mia on their way to re-establish some presence there as the Voli's dropped in the window.
Super curious about the opening kills on this map. We saw how prevalent it was for Flame Sharks on map 1. Started this one with the opener as well. And, oh, aiveri. Long way to deal with that. Good at fishing out these frags. Both times that Flame Sharks have been able to get to series point, they haven't been able to do it, and then they immediately get the round after when it's too late. Check this timing out. Elizabeth's considering it.
Yeah.
Is she considering it too late? Oh, Gong was out, but Sunside, she strikes a little harder. Perfect flank timing. And the player advantage immediately flipped.
That's the only way they have a chance to win this round, Aura. After having lost a player on ramp and then the free kill over towards B apartments. Sunside with some perfect timing. The crouch peek as well. And people spoke about Unknown putting up the big numbers for this squad, but Sunside's impact cannot be underestimated in this game. She has kept her team alive in many a round. Late on in normal time, here in overtime as well. Close to unwinnable rounds, turned around by Sunside. There's another one, just one frag behind Fatal. Shining bright for Aura.
She's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't she? On a map where she has a lot more freedom. Wasn't allowed that on Inferno. Fatal looking for another opener, doesn't get it. Sunside looks to instead find it. Might get that chance, and ooh, it was very close. Both these AWPers are fishing constantly, but it's the T's that find two openers before Fatal strikes back.
That's an important one. Elizabeth dropping Unknown on a short position. A lot of T's spotted by Flame Sharks towards A. But much has happened since then. And it's still over a minute on the clock here, so anything's possible. Oh, the elephant stomps from MJ. Mio perhaps making a mistake putting the grenade out there. Surely there was an angle to find for a frag. Speaking of, this woman is incredible in this series. 30 bomb for Sunside now. Again, just forcing the issue. She utterly, absolutely refuses to lose. Down to the 2-on-2 then. Sunside and aiveri in the post plant. No snipers for either side. There are kits for these CTs. There is util for these CTs. And someone's going to have to swing. aiveri does, nothing doing. Sunside playing the waiting game. She's been spotted. They're almost lining up for her. Oh, no, she's gone the wrong way. It forces her up into the open, and NJ will take advantage of that. Gets on the bomb in time as well. Oh.
Bomb has been defused.
That is a brutal moment. You know she's got the clutch in her. But the HE sent her up the stairs.
I think it was still super tricky because it was planned a default, not for her. So I think even without that force fight, it would have been really tricky to find both those kills.
If there's a way, she's the one to find it.
Yeah, I think Fatal overextends really heavily here. Just in the 3-on-2, I think it was okay for her just to fall back ticket. Jumping up on top to try and punish Sunside. Biting off more than you can chew, I think. Flame Sharks constantly finding an advantage, but holding on to it has been the tricky part.
What an entertaining game.
Absolutely. A lot of OTs have been going on in ESL Impact as of late. Always deliver.
One minute on the clock. Flame Shark still creeping up mid. CT's not giving up that frag just yet. There's an off angle for Mio, which works out very nicely indeed. Collecting a second as well. And they've got the information as to where the bomb is. Rotation is coming through. aiveri needs to stay alive as long as she can. Is able to drop MJ. Now she can run distraction. But will it be enough? Elizabeth and Ayaka have got something to say about this. Down to a 2-on-2. The CTs have lost their angles.
Huge kill that whoever found onto Unknown there. I don't know where she died. Looks like in front of Market. So that's massive. Still Sunside's alive, and anything can happen when she is in the server, it feels. Making magic off of nothing. A quick scope onto the corner. Elizabeth has to find the space out. Nice little crawl around. Oh, this is cheeky. This is cheeky. Trigger discipline. She's hiding in plain sight. And the time's ticking. The time is ticking, and she might just catch them completely off guard. Time's coming down, but Sunside hits the shot, picks up the kit, and has she got it in time? The step to the right. She needed to go left.
Oh, no!
Oh, it's milliseconds. It's devastation. And it's Flame Sharks on the series point. Head in hands. She steps to the right. The kid was right in front of her.
Somehow they've got to focus on the round in front of them. No time to recover from that one. My words. That's how close it is between these teams. But one issue late in the day, and it could be curtains. Namiza holding down what she can on this bomb site. A second player in Palace. Surely that'll pull rotation. A huge swing. And MJ's found two. Aiveri and Mio remain against match points. 2 versus 4. Mio running distraction. Aiveri trying to creep through. They've got to find these frags. Sounds in Palace. They know there's one jungle, there's one Palace. That's only half the info though. And the clock is ticking. 2 lining up perfectly. She's got a smoke. She could go for it. Oh no, she doesn't have a smoke. It's a flash. She needs to invite them out. Fatal swinging with the AWP. There's one more to go. Does MJ dare? She's holding it. She's come off it. Oh, she runs out of bullets, I think. 19 to 16. Such narrow margins, but Flame Sharks are able to do it.
Both of those final rounds had everything that you want in Counter-Strike. Oh, just by milliseconds, Flame Sharks take the series. You could say they had plenty of chances to close